there's only males in the industry and they can't, break into that world. But my opinion is if you work really hard and you make no excuses, you will get there regardless because of how good you are at your job.
Welcome, everyone, to the Driving Vision podcast brought to you by the Zeigler Auto Group. I'm your host, Sam Dark. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast, like it if you do, and leave a comment.
Well, hey, listener family and Team Zeigler, we are here backstage in our Kalamazoo Honda locker room with Rhianon Gelsomino, Subaru Rally co-driver with Travis Pastrana. And we just got done with an absolutely amazing presentation, Rhi. What were your thoughts on Team Zeigler?
I mean, it's amazing to be out here, to see the group of people and see the inspiration that they all have. I love talking about my passion for rally, and then, talking about how teamwork and collaboration and stuff can work in the Zeigler group as well. So I'm excited to be out here. I've never been to Kalamazoo before, so
First time.
I've been to Michigan a lot of times though, to the national rallies in Michigan. So it's great being out here, and I'm excited to try and give people some motivation to take the next step in their goals.
Well, Rhi, you talked about taking your dream and making it a reality and your path for success. And you just did an incredible job. And I've never seen our audience so engaged. And they were just asking questions along the whole presentation. So it was fabulous. But first off, how did you get into rally racing?
Yeah, I was lucky. I was born into a motorsport family. So I'm a bit blessed in that way, because a lot of people, obviously, they have to work their own way out. Whereas having my dad and brothers involved allowed me to quickly move into the motorsport area when many other people have to find their own route. So having dad and my brothers there and helping me and coaching me along the way has definitely helped me on my path to where I got today.
Yeah, absolutely. And you shared your incredible story. And of course, with your story, you had several setbacks. You had a lot of obstacles. And we heard the word resiliency, right? We talked about your mindset. You went through a phase where you're in a horrible, horrible accident and you broke both your legs. You had to learn to walk again. And then fast forward and you're in another horrible accident and you're burned. And your whole body's burned. I mean, how do you get through those types of things? And how do we tie that in with our lives with challenges that we have?
Yeah, I think that in life it's important to take risks, but obviously risk can come with, some of the horrific things that have happened with my broken legs and my burns. But I've always told myself that I need to wake up every day and set goals and challenges, because you're not living life otherwise. I was talking to some of the girls just before, and one of them had an accident as well. And she was saying how she's still coming back from that mindset of how does she move forward. And I just said to her that you need to wake up every day and remember it's a new day, and we need to challenge ourselves in so many ways. So for me, they were setbacks and they were challenges, and I had to learn to walk again and all these many things. But they made me stronger. They made me more resilient. And I think in anything we do in life, if we don't take risk, we're not living. So, challenging yourself and taking risk comes with, some bad circumstances sometimes, like it has with me. But at the end of the day, it challenged me and it made me a stronger person. And I think I'm 44 now, and I think I'm able to do so many things and motivated to do so many things because I was challenged along the way.
Yeah. Well, it's just interesting hearing your story, and you're an incredible person. I mean, you got an incredible will and a why for why you do what you do. And tell us a bit more about kind of your why.
Why? I definitely, everything I've done in my life, I've always wanted to be the best.
Yeah.
So
that internal drive, that competition, right?
Definitely competition. I love competition. It doesn't matter what it's in. Like, I asked one of the people before, I shouldn't have done that. I'm like, oh, who sold the most cars this year? Like, I'm still like competing with the sales guys out there. So, I thrive on competition, and I think that that's important because it actually makes me challenge myself more. I want to be the best. And I also want to challenge people around me to be the best. So the cool thing about working with Travis Pastrana is that, like, he's one of the best in the world at what he's done throughout the years. And then he meets me and we're like, I'm like the female version. I think I just take a little bit less risk than him. And so, like, at the end of the day, we both work really, really hard together and challenge each other. And I think that, for me, the why is that, I want to wake up every day and I want to be challenged and I want to face fears and take risks in life that, some people, they live their life. I've got friends in Idaho who have never left Idaho. Like, I can't even imagine, like, not taking, opportunities to see the world and travel and all these sort of things that we can do in our life in this, day and age that we live in. So I think that too many people just live in their little box and they're too scared to jump out of it and try new things. And even if you're a mother with children, I feel like you still should be giving yourself challenges because it's good for you mentally as well. So I think that that's important.
Yeah. Rhi, from the first time you and I chatted, I think it was on a phone call or on a Zoom quite a while ago. I could feel your passion for life, living life to the fullest, feel your energy. And it's contagious, right? And we have a lot of listeners out there that could be going through some obstacles in their life, could be going through some bad setbacks, but just your will to live, your passion for what you do is just so inspiring for others. So I hope our listeners are able to take that and whatever challenges they've got going on, they're able to apply some of that mindset.
Yeah, and I think it's about setting like small goals to start off with. Sometimes people try and set these huge goals like, oh, I want to be world rally champion. Yeah, I'd love to do that, but how do I get there? You know what I mean? So I think it's about how do we set small goals first to get you where you need to be today, and then progress to the bigger goals, So I think that one thing that people, worry about so much is I need to be in that place. Well, how do I get to that place first? And it's the many small steps along the way. So even if you've had setbacks like I have, and today might feel harder than others, or you've got some challenges that you're facing in many different ways, if you can just set yourself small goals along the way and then progress to the bigger goals as you go, I think it's a good way to wake up and feel positive in the morning.
Absolutely. Absolutely. In your past life, you're a teacher. So I know you're passionate about education. You're passionate about leadership, mentoring, coaching. What is Oz Rally Pro? Tell us about that and how it ties in.
Yeah, so I was a school teacher in 2010, and then I took up my racing full time, and I was actually really missing teaching.
Yeah.
And so I realized that there was a bit of a gap in the world of rally where, the successful people like myself and my husband, they weren't giving back to the sport, and they weren't really helping to progress the sport. So I come up with this idea of Oz Rally Pro to start training people. And so we started in 2013, and Alex and I, it's just Alex and I and our own little small company, and we've trained over 800 people between America, New Zealand and Australia, which for the rally industry, that's a lot of people because it's not a huge sport.
Yeah.
And so, we give back to the sport in that way. We do big group sessions of 30 people, or we do one-on-one trainings. And it's a really good way to get people in the, on the right track so they're not doing the wrong things when they're racing down a stage at 100 miles per hour and they don't know what they're doing. So it's really a good way for Alex and I to give back to our sport and help build it as much as we can. So Oz Rally Pro is definitely a passion of mine. And I get to keep teaching that way, but I get to combine my two passions of teaching and rally, which is super cool for me.
How cool is that, right? Combining those two passions and then also giving back, right? And that's huge. And, I know Subaru's huge on community and huge on giving back as well. And actually, I don't know if you realize this, but at Team Zeigler, Subaru is relatively a new franchise for us in the last 5 years, but we love our Subaru teams and our stores, our Subaru customers, and passionate about giving back. Talk to us a bit about kind of how your values tie in with Subaru in the community.
I mean, it's been great. Subaru, once I started working with them in 2020, they've now brought me on board. I attend the Subi Fest. Yeah. So I get to attend those and share my passion for rally. And I also was at the Subaru Summit last year. So I've been really able to build a great working relationship with Subaru of America. And we have the same core values of, what we want to achieve, our passion and love. And so, at the Subi Fest events, when I go there, I meet thousands of people, and I get to share, what my love is of rally and their passion for the car. Like the Subaru, community and the passion that they have for these cars is nuts. Like the Travis and I signing dashes and we're doing I'm like, are you sure you want us to touch your car? And we've actually got a Subi Fest next week, Travis and I, that we'll be heading to. So there's 6 of them throughout America. So, if you're a listener and you're a Subaru person, check out Subi Fest. They're really cool.
Awesome.
You can bring your car out and get Travis and I to sign the dash and all those fun things.
Well, we're thankful for Subaru and our partnership there with Zeigler Auto Group, and definitely love our Subaru stores and our customers.
That's cool.
So they're great customers, and it's neat how they align and tie in with Team Zeigler values too, and with our culture. Mm-hmm. So it's really been neat. And I saw you won the Hanu Makola Award. Did I say that right?
The Hannah Mikola Award. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you've done your research.
I've done my research. What is that? That's because it ties in with giving back.
Yeah, that was actually pretty cool. So if any of you heard of the Goodwood Festival of Speed, it's one of the biggest festival speeds in the world. So Travis and I were there just, in July, I think it was actually. And when we were there, as you would have seen today, I'm big into giving. So I gave everyone some good swag today.
Yeah, that was fantastic. So you got extra credit from our team today, Rhi.
When I went to the UK, I made sure I took swag with me and I made sure all the officials were looked after really well. And Travis and I made a special effort to give back to the fans and things like that. And we really went above and beyond to communicate with the people over there and really share our love for what we do. And at the end of the day, we were awarded the Hannah Mikola Award, which was an incredible, feeling for us both to have that. It's now sitting proudly in my house.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so it was pretty special, to be honest.
Well, congratulations on that. You're working in a pretty male-dominated industry, right? Your whole life, and we've got a lot of fantastic leaders across Team Zeigler. A lot of them are female leaders, right? What message would you have to them? Maybe if they're dealing with imposter syndrome, or maybe they're dealing with feeling like a minority in a male-dominated industry.
Yeah, a lot of people ask me that question because if you go to our rally team, even in the videos today, you would have seen I'm the only female there. But for me, I just, I try never make any excuses and I just work really hard and I prove that I am the best and that's why I'm there. So I feel like, a lot of times people feel threatened that, there's only males in the industry and they can't, break into that world. But my opinion is if you work really hard and you make no excuses, you will get there regardless because of how good you are at your job.
Right.
So when on the video at one point, Travis said, it's not because she's a girl, it's because she's the best.
She's the best. Yeah,
so
I took note of that.
I think that's really important that, it doesn't matter if I'm male or female, Travis has me in the car because I'm the best. So, if you are a female and you're feeling a little bit intimidated by the male industry, which the car industry really is in many ways, but if that's really what you want to do and you're passionate about, just work really hard and you'll get there just like I have by being good at your job and proving that you should be in that position over someone else.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said. So well said. And we kind of share those same beliefs at Team Zeigler as well.
Yeah. I don't think there's any reason why you can't be there. You know what I mean? And sometimes I think as a woman myself, sometimes we set the boundaries and we say we can't go past it, but don't be afraid to push those boundaries and say, well, it doesn't matter if I'm male or female. If that's where I want to be, that's where I can get if I work hard and I push those boundaries. Yeah,
I would definitely agree with you. And I think about everyone at some point in their life has had a set of imposter syndrome or maybe a self-limiting mindset. You just have to work hard to overcome that, right?
Yeah, and I think the self-limiting mindset will just hold you back in every way. So, by trying to set goals and set challenges for yourself, then you get past those, and sometimes it's a comment that someone made to you and you've taken it the wrong way or you've taken it too far, you know what I mean? Whereas I think that, just keep your mind very clear and focus on your goals and try and block out the external things.
Yeah. Anytime I have that in my personal life, for the listeners out there, what I try to do is look at and focus on gratitude and think about, hey, what do I have in my life that I can be really thankful for? Pull those things out of my mind or actually physically write them down on a piece of paper and really visualize those things. So gratitude is just so important. It can maybe take you from that self-limiting mindset or maybe that imposter syndrome to the positive mindset.
100%. I think gratitude is very, very important. And even the other day, I think you saw I was wearing a t-shirt that said kindness is free.
Yeah, that's right.
There's so many things that I think that we can work together on to, help build our, collaborating and teams and everything just by being positive and nice. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't hurt to come to work with a smile on your face and make people feel good about themselves versus being a negative person. So I feel like there's so many ways that as an individual, we can help build our team and build other people around us to be better as well, which is really important too.
Absolutely. Really well said, Rhi. A couple questions to close it out. I feel like we could talk for like a couple hours together here. This has been fun. Talk to us, you're the co-driver, and the word that keeps coming up in my mind as you're explaining your job and your role is preparation. I mean, talk to us about preparation, how it goes into your role, and then also how we can tie that in maybe with our customers at Team Zeigler.
I mean, preparation, I think, is key in any role, in any industry. So if Travis and I don't prepare well enough, in our industry, we could die. So it's pretty crazy to think that, so preparation is key from, when I'm at home studying the maps to when I'm studying the notes from previous years to the videos, like the countless hours I put in before I actually arrive to an event. Like people just see me calling notes in the stages and they're just like, oh, how do you get there and how do you be so good and how do you do this and that? Well, it takes countless hours of preparation, in building the success that I've been able to achieve. But there's also so many other words that I use, like multitasking. Like not only do you have to be prepared, have to be able to multitask along the way. So be doing, 3 different jobs at once. And even at Zeigler, like you've got, you're preparing the best you can for the customers you're dealing with and how you set them up for success with their car and things like that. But also like at the same time, there's so many different multitasking going on. You've got this customer over here that needs this and this customer. So I think that if you can build a good group of values and core ways that you move through your life, it makes it, your job a lot easier because you can give yourself standards of how you go about things every day.
Yeah. And also, if we're preparing what we do at Team Zeigler for our customers in any role in the organization, it shows that we're professional.
100%.
Right, too. And we value our customers' time, and we care about them.
Yeah. And I think as a customer, like they want to be cared about.
Yeah.
It's really important. So I think that, if you can really, and for me, one of the biggest things that I'm a happy person, but I think that if someone enters a room and you've got a smile on your face, it can change their day. And so like, I feel like some people let themselves down because they just don't have that right attitude on their body language and things already. So, if I can give people one piece of advice, even if you're having the crappiest day, if you can put a smile on your face and that customer walks in or whoever you're dealing with, and you just changed how they felt about themselves on that day, you may have just given yourself a customer for life. Absolutely. Purely because of your attitude. So I think that that's key to success as well.
So well said. And you can do that in any role, in any organization, right?
Yeah.
That has customers. And you can even do it over the phone.
100%.
I think customers can hear the smile over the phone.
100%.
It's so big. Couple last questions, and we got to get into Travis Pastrana a little bit here, right? So, because I grew up watching him. And huge fan. But what makes the two of you complement each other so well? You're a dominating force, and you both have strengths, weaknesses, right? But what makes you so good together as a team? Teamwork, there's trust, right? But talk to us about that.
Yeah, I think that we're both very, very hard workers. A lot of people just see Travis and they just think he's crazy. But he looks at risk and he assesses it and he works out what's the safest way to achieve what he wants to achieve. So I mean, he will work just as hard as I, push him. And so what I love about working with people like that is they don't give up. They just work as hard as you do and they want to challenge you as well. So I have become a better co-driver from working with Travis too, because we get to the end of the stage and even if we've won the stage, we're both so determined and we're so, committed to what we're doing and competitive, obviously, that we're always like, how could we have been better? What could we have done better in there? And so it's actually made both of us better as a team. And it's challenged our service crew and things as well, because, we're all expecting better from each other. So it's raised the team as a whole, and the running joke is I might be the only girl in the team, but I'm the boss of the team. So,
that's fantastic.
Yeah, so I think that, if you're hardworking and you can challenge each other, it's going to be key to anyone for their success. And look, if it's not working, maybe the teammate that you're dealing with at the business, maybe there's challenges with different personality types and things like that. But I think that you can always work around it if you're willing to push each other and challenge each other and try and be the best you can be.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's a common myth about Travis that maybe listeners might not know, or maybe something interesting about Travis that the listeners may not know?
There's actually a funny X-ray of his body going around at the moment.
Okay.
Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it.
Oh my gosh, it's online and it's supposedly Travis's X-ray of his body.
Okay.
But it's not.
It's actually not. Okay.
So if you see that, yes, he is very broken and he has a lot of things going on. But one of the funniest things is like I've broken both my femurs in a racing crash, but Travis hasn't broken a femur. So on that X-ray, there's like rods in his femurs. He's like, nope, that's not me.
That's not me.
So if you have seen that, it was going viral. It's definitely gone viral. And everyone's like, this is Travis's scans. He's like, no, it's not.
That's funny. So you one up them. You broke both your femurs.
Yeah, one. So, and I have a broken fibula that I live with. So he loves saying, Rhi, come over here. It's a party trick. Show him your fibula. And I'm like, Travis, really? So it's always fun and game. I'll be at Pastrana Land next week. So wish me luck. Hopefully I survive it.
We'll pray for you.
Pray for me.
That's great. Well, let's end it on a funny story. You're telling us your husband, Alex, obviously is a professional rally co-driver too. How cool is that? And then you're telling a funny story about he's at Pastrana Land, right? And what did he do?
Well, Alex is actually, he takes risks in the rally car.
Okay.
But day-to-day life, he's very, conservative, I would say. He's careful in what he does. And so next second, I see the pink Barbie car that you may have seen in Nitro before.
I've seen it.
And I see my husband in it. And I'm like, what has Travis got Alex doing? And next second, Alex goes, Travis is like waving, he's okay, Rhi. And Alex goes flying down the ramp and into the foam pit. And he just thought it was the best ever. And I'm like, the things that Travis convinces us to do. So I was a little bit nervous, but he thought it was great. And I didn't think I'd ever see that happen. So if you ever get the chance to go to Pastrana Land, be careful what you wish for.
That's right.
Be careful what you wish for. And be prepared that you definitely may leave with some sort of broken bone if you're not careful.
Got to be up for the challenge, right?
Definitely. You need to be up for the challenge. Otherwise, Travis will definitely just push you.
Well, that's awesome. Well, Rhianon Gelsomino, congrats on your success. We appreciate you genuinely here at Team Zeigler for investing your time with us. Amazing job today. And if listeners want to find out more about you, how do they find out more about you?
Yeah, I mean, if they want to follow me on Instagram, it's at Rhianon Gelsomino. That's where I post a lot of stuff. I am very active on social media, so feel free to do that. There's also a really cool YouTube video on me, Stories of Survival, which you'll find on channel 199, which is Travis's YouTube page. So
199.
That tells a good story about my life as well. So yeah, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, check it out and follow my path.
Congrats on your success, and we appreciate you and your just heart passion for people and giving back.
Thank you.
A special thanks to all who contributed to this week's podcast. Until next week, how are you driving vision today?